October is upon us with another month of crazy amount of games coming our way. It feels like September all over again with Mario and Spider-Man dropping on the exact same day. But those aren't the only games to look forward to this month. Let's go through all the trailers and see if there's anything that might pique your interest. Disgaea is back with its 7th entry, and it looks like it's going all kaiju mode with jumpification of its characters on the battlefield. Now, Disgaea is a game that I personally have tried a few entries, but I've never really been able to get into them, but this game knows its audience and they're out there, so enjoy this new entry.
Kanzan Musashi!
Hooked a big one! Big time score!
Be gone!
I'm hungry!
Disgaea 7! Vows of the Virtueless!
While Disgaea may not be for me, Silent Hope definitely is. It's a game I already played the demo, I loved it, I pre-ordered, the reviews are about what I expected for a game like this, they're hit or miss. It's basically a grind. It's you take a character, you jump in, you do some levels, you get some gear, you come back up, you get better gear, you go back down, you try to get further in. This is kind of like a Diablo Light for the Switch, and I love it. Hellboy Web of Wyrd is a third-person beat-em-up with some roguelike elements. It definitely looks really nice. I don't really know much about it other than the trailers, but it's one to look forward to early this month.
When your people huddled around the first campfire and stared out into the dark, you created us to stare back. What are you?
Me? I'm mad.
We work in the
Assassin's Creed Mirage comes out on the 5th, and it's supposed to be a return to its earlier form of more focus on stealth and parkour and acrobatic assassinations. It's supposed to also be a turn away from the big open world seen in Valhalla and Odyssey. Now, any of that's yet to be seen, but for me personally, I think I'm kind of beyond Assassin's Creed at this point. It looks really good, so who knows, maybe on sale I'll give it a try depending on how the reviews come out.
Is it all just a mirage? Is it just a mirage? Is it just a mirage?
You will have to find your way when nothing is as it seems.
I was pretty excited about the first Front Mission remake, but I'll be honest, the reviews did not fare well and it pretty much chased me away from it. I still have it on my waitlist as something to maybe pick up in the future on a good sale, but with the way Front Mission 2 remake is looking, I'm hoping it basically they took the feedback and improved on it because it's looking really great. I love mechs and I love strategy RPGs, so here's hoping this one fares a lot better. The original Wargroove was a game I played on the Switch and never beat, and I don't know why because I remember thoroughly enjoying it, and it's probably just because I got distracted like I do on another game and never found my way back to it. But the second one looks like it improves on the first in every way. I had already picked it up, it was on sale for like $15 and the reviews are coming in great, so I'm excited to play this one when it releases this week.
Strength from beyond!
Detective Pikachu returns and Detective Pikachu returns. Say that 3 times fast. And it's a game that I am probably going to pass up on. And it has nothing to do with me not loving Pokemon. I do love some Pokemon. I play every game in the series and almost all the side games as well. This is just one that, for whatever reason, has just never appealed to me. But it obviously has its audience. They made a second one, so for all you people out there, enjoy this new entry in the series.
First, here's Tim. He's my partner at the moment. For some reason, Tim can understand what I'm saying, even though he's human. And this guy right here is Harry. He's Tim's dad, if you can believe it. Then we got Tim's mom, Irene, and his little sister, Sophia. There's also Rachel, who goes to college with Tim. Well, speaking of Rachel, her dad, Howard, he's actually the mayor of Rhyme City. And I barely scratched the surface of all the interesting characters around here. Now, let me give you the gist of what me and Tim do. Whenever an incident occurs, Tim talks to the people, I talk to the Pokemon, and we work together using our case notebook to deduce what happened. When investigating a scene, we're total pros at finding everything, but even pros gotta take it easy every so often. You can count on us to solve even the toughest cases in a flash. Oh, right! Sometimes other Pokemon help us with our investigations. Take Rowlet, for instance. She can track down suspects with her sensitive nose. And Darmanitan here packs a pulverizing punch. All kinds of Pokemon lend us a hand. Oh, how could I forget the Hi Hat Cafe? It's a famous coffee house in Rhyme City, and I'm their best customer. Oh, that first cup in the morning really hits the spot.
Take-Ten's been working super hard to make a ground-up remake of Forza Motorsport, and it looks gorgeous. I'm not really even a big racing fan, but I mean, I know a game when it looks good. I was looking at screenshots of the old version versus this new one, because it's kind of hard to even tell sometimes with racing games. They're usually pretty much the top tier of graphics on a system to begin with. But it was kind of mind-boggling how good the new Forza Motorsport looks compared to the old one. So with it being on Game Pass, regardless of me being a hardcore racer or not, I'm definitely going to be loading this one up to give it a try.
That was your best lap yet.
This is my timeline!
Up next is Lore of the Fallen, and it is probably another one of my more anticipated games this month. I think they said the game is about 1,000 years in the future of the original. It looks absolutely stunning, and I love myself some Souls-likes, so bring it on.
Set 1,000 years after the events of the original game, prepare to embark upon a perilous adventure through the vast lands of Mornstead, a prominent region within this sprawling world, on the brink of demonic desolation. Stretching across its sky-scorched horizon lies the colossal hand of a deer, overlooked by the 5 holy beacons of the Sentinels. Originally constructed to restrain the fallen god, they have been defiled by his infernal forces, and now threaten to abet his resurrection. As if fate itself intervened, an ancient and all-powerful lamp has recently found itself a new bearer. You, delivering your mortal coil from the cold embrace of death and into the ranks of the Dark Crusaders.
Sonic is back in Sonic Superstars, and it's already creating some controversy before its release, with them saying the new look is more future-proof than the old. And I guess that's up for some debate. I mean, the Pixar and the originals were great. The new looks fine as well. I get it. They're trying to appeal to a broader audience. But, I mean, it's Sonic. You're either gonna love it or hate it, so I guess we'll see if this one's any good when it releases. I don't know much about Wizard with a Gun, but the look of it is really nice. I guess based off of what I've seen, it looks like a game where you go out, fight enemies and gather resources, go back to base, craft better weapons and armor, go back and fight enemies, and do that loop over and over. And just like Silent Hope before it, that's kind of a game that I really enjoy, so I'll have to keep my eye on this one and see how it ends up. Endless Dungeon is another one I've kept my eyes on for a while. I like the aesthetic and I love a good twin stick shooter. I'm not so sure about the tower defense piece of it though, and I just recently learned you kind of have to protect a crystal all through the level. And that's given me real Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles vibes. So I'm gonna kind of watch this from afar, see how the reviews are, and jump in accordingly.
Happier now, then?
Oh, yeah, rock and roll!
Friends. This guy may take a couple of tries.
Well, see you at the saloon.
Gangs of Sherwood is a game I didn't even know existed until putting these trailers together. I guess it's an action game for up to 4 players. It's a retelling of Robin Hood, which makes sense because, I mean, there were no giant artillery towers in the Sherwood Forest of the original. But, I mean, hey, who knows, it might be great. Liza P was a retelling of Pinocchio and it was fantastic, so I guess we'll see when it comes out later this month.
Horror to make them blink away. No machine to beat their pulsing heart. And when the time has come to fight fire with fire, da 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 da. It takes a gang of thieves to retrieve our stolen land.
World of Horror is another one I'm keeping my eye on for this month. I mean, it's the perfect month with Halloween right around the corner. It looks like it's an adventure game with some roguelike elements and turn-based combat, and it looks like you fight creatures from Japanese horror manga or urban legends. I mean, this just looks great. I can't wait for this. Spider-Man 2 is up next, and it is arguably the biggest game of the month, if not the year. It's built straight for the PS5, so all the bells and whistles should be here, and it looks like you play as both Peter Parker and Miles Morales in this one. It looks fantastic, and I'm sure a bunch of you will be playing it on the 20th when it releases.
I didn't know there were bears in these woods. Hey, MJ, I have another name for you. Craven. He's here you're on some kind of hunt.
No, if you need me, I'm just a call away.
Lee, you don't know what you took from me.
All Miles talks about is how to be a better Spider-Man. How to help you.
What the hell's going on with Pete?
He's not himself. Go help him.
This was our dream. I'm not going to lose him.
We're going to heal the world.
On the same day as Mario is Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And honestly, this is probably the game I'll be playing on the 20th. I'll get to Spider-Man 2 eventually, but I love me some Mario and this looks absolutely fantastic. So it's going to take a lot to stop me from immediately diving into this game and playing through all the levels. Cities Skylines is a game that kind of stepped in and filled a hole where SimCity left, and honestly, I think everyone's better for it. Cities Skylines is awesome, and the new one looks to take it to the next level with much better graphics, customization, and everything. I'm really looking forward to it, and here's hoping that it lives up to the original. Metal Gear Solid returns in Master Collection Volume 1. This is the first 3 Metal Gear Solid games from PS1 and PS2, and then before that, the Metal Gear 1 and 2 games that released. These are games that I, being old, have personally experienced as they've released through the years, and I've played through them all, so It's a collection I definitely want to pick up eventually, but this is probably going to be one I wishlist and wait for a sale. Lord of the Rings Return to Moria is another one that falls on the list of games I had no clue even existed this month until I started putting this trailer together. But after reading up on it, it actually looks like a game I could totally get into. Looks like it's a survival crafting game with some procedurally generated environments. Looks like you have to iron resources to make better tools and weapons. You actually have to survive by hunting and harvesting food, managing their sleep and temperature. Looks like could be a lot of fun, but I guess we'll see when the reviews hit later this month.
Come, my fellow dwarves, rally together. It's time we took back our home.
Dave the Diver is a game that came out on PC not long ago and has been getting a lot of praise, so I am impatiently waiting for it to come out on Switch later this month. It's one that looks like it's going to be right up my alley, with resource gathering through the sea, going back to land, running a restaurant, doing some farming, mini games. Just looks like a lot of fun, and from all the praise it's been getting, I just can't wait to play it.
Appetite for adventure that gets him into all kinds of unique situations. Luckily, he's at the top of his game and at the top of the food chain. Oh boy, I suppose even the most voracious hunters have their off days. The sun sets as the vibrant lights of a sushi bar gleam over the ocean. Dave, still hard at work, is faced with the most ravenous of species. Patrons! And while cooking, serving, and pouring drinks aren't the most treacherous part of his job, they're unequivocally crucial to his survival. The Blue Hole is home to unimaginable secrets, and with Dave's unquenchable thirst for discovery, there's no telling what he may encounter. Dive in and guide Dave through the dangerously dark depths of the daunting.
Ghostrunner 2 comes out on the 26th, and this one is gonna be personally a wait and see. I wasn't really a fan of the first one. I played a fair bit of it, and I couldn't get into it. I don't know what it was about it, but it didn't click for me.
change from here on.
Alan Wake 2 sits here and makes me regret I never played Alan Wake 1. And from my understanding, it's really tough to go back to the original. So now I'm kind of in a dilemma where I really want to play this game because it looks absolutely stunning, but I don't want to force myself through a game I might not like. So, I don't know, I guess I'll have to do some research, see if I really do need to play through the first one to enjoy this one, or if I can maybe look up what happened in Alan Wake 1, if that would be enough. I'm hoping so, because I really want to play Alan Wake 2 when it releases later this month.
It's my fault! It got out!
Wake has a double. Where is he now?
I don't want to be in the story, just write me out of the story!
And finally, the last game of the month is Jusant. At least I think it's called Jusant. Someone can correct me in the comments of my pronunciation if it's wrong. It looks like a game of basically climbing. You're basically alone, going up sides and solving puzzles to make your way to the top. It looks really nice. I'm not sure if it's going to be a game for me, but I'll check out the reviews and see where it stands when it releases. And that's it. Another giant month of releases like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. If you made it all this way, then thank you, and let me know in the comments what you plan to pick up this month. And as always, thanks for watching, and look forward to more videos from Switchover in the future.